Alrighty, welcome back to another video with Notion Workflow. Today we'll be finding duplicates in 3 different ways. Do duplicates exist within a Notion database? How many duplicates exist in that database? And what are those duplicates? We'll be using Notion formulas to identify duplicates in your database. We'll count the number of duplicates and show them by whatever property we want using the map formula. I'll be building on someone who has already figured it out and has generously shared their wisdom using regex formula functions. Obviously, this is beyond my expertise when it comes to regex formula functions, and credit should always be given where credit is due. If you want to pause the video real quick, this is the formula that I'll be building upon, but I'll be sharing how to answer these 3 questions through a series of iterated formula functions. So we have 2 databases, one for people and one for duplicate audit. We're going to add a relation to the duplicate audit like so. Then we'll also add a formula property within the duplicate audit database so we can start to think about those duplicates. Again, like in my previous video, we need to relate everything to this duplicate audit database. And so the way we're going to do that is hovering to the top left corner of that database and then relationally connecting it like so. Obviously, this is a really small example, but this is just for illustration purposes and for demonstration purposes. So the one limitation here with finding duplicates is the more database entries you have, the more time it's going to take for Notion to reference all the entries and then identify whether that entry is a duplicate or not. I've used this at my work, and it can work for several hundred database entries, but if you're going into the thousands or anywhere beyond that, this temporary solution might not be the best for you. You might have to rely on a third-party software or the API to relate thousands of entries and to check via this formula, but obviously it's not perfect, but I do think it can be practical if you just need to identify duplicates really quickly and get a summary of what you might have to do next to clean your data. Again, Notion isn't meant to do everything you ever need, so in some cases it might be better to use Excel and some of the functions that they have over there if the duplicates are hard to manage in Notion themselves. The first formula we're going to do is identify do duplicates exist. And the way we can easily do that is to compare 2 numbers using a series of 2 different Notion formula functions. First, we can map the people database because we're going to take the length or the number of entries in the array. Doesn't matter what property we specify by, but what we can compare it to is if the number of unique entries is equal to the number of total entries. So if we just copy that, notice how these are equal, so we'll have a checkbox. The way we're going to do that is by adding the unique formula, and the unique formula function counts how many unique entries exist in the array. And so by comparing the total length of the array to the number of unique entries, and when those are not equal, this checkbox is false. What this means is that there are duplicates that exist, and obviously there are. There's 2 AJs there, there's 2 Franks there. This is one very simple formula to check if duplicates exist by seeing if the number of unique entries is equal to the number of total entries. So that's how we can sort of answer question number 1, do duplicates exist? If there is a checkbox, it means that duplicates do not exist, and if this is empty, it means that duplicates do exist. Next, we want to know how many duplicates exist within the database itself, right? And so what we can do next is, instead of using this equals property, we can subtract it. We can find the difference in how many exist and how many duplicates exist. So when we just try to replace the equals to a minus sign, we cannot do math on a number in an array. So the way we can do that, we just add a length formula function at the end of the unique function, and now we see that there's 1 total duplicate that exists. That's not correct. As you can see here, we can see the difference between the number of total entries and the number of unique ones, and so currently it says there's 1 duplicate entry. We know that's not correct, right? Because there's 2 AJs and 2 Franks. What's happening here is if you look at the entry itself, there's a space after AJ there, and there's no space there. So notice how when I remove that space, this number is going to change, right? And that has everything to do with exact text searching, right? And so again, this isn't a flawless way to examine duplicates, but this is one example in which it is really important to have all the property format be identical to each other, right? If I add a space here, it changes to 1. If I remove that space, it changes back to 2. Just another example how, this is one way to look for duplicates, but it's not perfect, right? Now we have a formula to show how many duplicates exist, and so now we want to know what those duplicates are. Obviously, showing the count and showing whether duplicates exist is an easy way to go about identifying the duplicates that do exist, but to show them is another step. And so this is where Ben Smith has helped us out and come up with his own regex formula to help us identify if duplicates do exist. He's neatly created this, and he's made this formula function in 2023, and we're just going to be building off of this to go further with our small example here. The next thing we're going to do is go back to the database that we're searching for duplicates on. We're going to add another formula, and we're going to reference this one database entry with the rest of the array of entries to see if that name already exists within the array. What we're going to do is copy this formula function into this formula field, and obviously it's going to give us an error right away. And that's because URL doesn't exist as a property within this database. We want to replace the property URL with name. We want to replace all URLs. In our case, it is the array of the duplicate audit. We want to take the current people, and we want to close that out with some brackets. Right? So now that we've closed those out, it's saying URL is not defined because we need to go back to URL and replace that with name. So what that does is it comes out with a checkbox. We can click on done, and let's see what happens here. Notice how some of these are checkboxed and some of these are not. But notice how Frank and AJ get those checkboxes applied because more than one of them exists within this array. And so now we can use this checkbox as a filtering mechanism to identify those duplicate entries and output them as a string. So if we add another formula function, we can map and filter those entries to show what those database entries are. Of course, we already know it's AJ and Frank, but how do you formulaically show it so it automates that process? What we can do is map to people, and we want to filter it by the formula that we just created. And we only want to filter it where it is true or where that checkbox exists, right? And we also want to filter it by the name and output it as the name to show which of those duplicates exist, right? Again, what are the duplicates? So we want to show and demonstrate that beyond just counting them and knowing if duplicates exist, right? And so this is the 3-step process of building on this formula. Now, if we do this, it's going to show all of those entries that have a checkbox. But again, these are duplicates, and so what we can do is add a unique formula function at the end, and now we just have Frank and AJ as those names that appear more than once within this array. We have now a formula to count how many duplicates exist, and then to show which of those database entries are the duplicates themselves. What we can do next is combine those formulas into one. We can just copy these first of all and say dupes, which are maybe an arrow, and then add this formula and combine that into a string and call this duplicate summary, and maybe we'll add a arrow to make it look a little better, add a space. Now we have a duplicate summary that says how many dupes there are and which one of those are the dupes. We know that there are 2 dupes, and it's Frank and AJ based on this formula summary we calculated. First, we found that duplicates do exist by setting unique entries to total entries and whether that's true or not, and then we figured out how many duplicates exist based on the difference between those. And then in our third formula function, using Ben Smith's pre-existing formula, we outputted how many duplicates exist and what they are within this formula function. Obviously there's limitations like I showed you. If we add a space like this, the mapping formula doesn't work when we're just comparing length and unique. But when you're using this formula function that Ben Smith created, we get a different story, and we can show which of the duplicates exist. This is a rather quick video, and hopefully you're able to use this in your Notion database so that you can quickly identify duplicates natively within Notion just using simple formula properties. Let me know if you found this video to be useful or helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.